Many of us go through life holding different issues, and we all have different reasons for that. But one of the most important things is how we deal with stress, anxiety, burnout, difficult emotions, and life challenges in general. Very often, we look for a quick fix. We want to solve the problem and move on. But when we don't truly process what we are feeling, those same emotions often come back later, sometimes in a different form. What actually helps is going through the emotion, not avoiding it. And this is what we will talk about in this video, the impact of emotions. And let me be clear, this was all new to me too. I am still learning and still practicing and still applying this in my own life. But I can see that it's helping, and that's why I wanted to share it with you, even though it is not a quick fix. Today we will cover the impact of our emotions, strong emotions, social and emotional learning. For a long time, I was constantly running around dealing with stressful events in my life without really paying attention to what I was feeling. And this is actually very common. When this happens, we often shift into survival mode where we operate on autopilot. I think this will feel very familiar to many women, especially mothers. When we move through life without processing our emotions, it can affect many areas, including attention, memory and learning, decision-making, relationships, physical and mental health, creativity and performance. As you can see, emotions influence almost every part of our lives. So let's explore how this shows up. When we experience strong or unpleasant emotions for long periods of time, the body often stays in survival mode. This can feel overwhelming and exhausting. To support attention, memory, and learning, we need to manage stress more effectively, feel safe and supported in our environment, create space for curiosity and inspiration. Learning this actually helped me understand why I struggle so much with concentration, learning new things, and remembering information. It was both relieving and emotional because I finally understood myself better. And while I wish I had known this earlier, I remind myself that we are always learning. Have you noticed that when you feel calm or happy, you are more likely to make kind or thoughtful decisions? And when you are angry or overwhelmed, you might react in ways you later regret. That is because emotions strongly influence our decisions. So before reacting or rushing into a choice, it can really help to pause and check in with how you are feeling. You may have experienced this. You are at school pickup or at the gathering thinking about to start a conversation, and then you notice someone's facial expressions or body language and decide not to approach them. This happens because emotions act as signals. They guide us towards or away from people and situations. Sometimes what this looks like defensiveness in others is actually a sign of unmet needs. This shows how powerful emotions are, not just in us, but in how we connect with others. Long-term stress can have a serious impact on both physical and mental health. It is linked to conditions like burnout, anxiety, and depressions. But the good news is that positive or pleasant emotion can help buffer the effects of stress. This doesn't mean avoiding difficult emotions, but learning how to create more balance over time. Personally, I noticed a huge drop in my creativity and performance when my emotions were unmanaged. I felt stuck, frozen, and unable to move forward. Emotions are like a fuel for creativity, but emotional skills decide whether we can actually act on our ideas. When we learn how to manage our emotions, like anxiety or disappointment, we are more likely to move toward our goal instead of giving up. Strong emotions often develop in responses to experiences throughout our life, childhood, teenage years, and adulthood. Our responses to these experiences are the body's way of protecting us and helping us to adapt to perceived threats. When the body stays in a state of stress for a long time, it can affect our health, relationships, work, learning, and ability to stay present. Anxiety, in particular, often keeps us stuck in repetitive thoughts and a need for control. When strong emotions remain unmanaged for long periods, they can significantly shape our lives, often without us even realizing it. One way to manage strong emotions is through social and emotional learning. Simply put, SEL is learning how to be with our emotions and with other people. It helps us pause instead of react, express emotions instead of suppressing them, navigate stress, conflicts, and relationships more consciously. As adults, and especially as parents, we are pulled in many different directions, which makes emotional regulation even more challenging. SEL is something we can learn and practice over time. And if we didn't learn these skills early in life, many of us end up learning them through burnout, anxiety, or emotional overwhelm. I learned how to express my emotions instead of suppressing them only after reaching burnout, and I wouldn't wish that path on anyone. If you think this could never happen to you, I gently want to say, when we keep everything inside, we are often walking on very, very thin ice. That's why I'm so passionate about talking about burnout, self-worth, and mindset. With the right tools, we can protect our health, support our emotional well-being, and enjoy present moment without needing more than we already have. And before you go, let me remind you, you are powerful like a mama lioness. You are loving, caring, and beautiful inside out. You are enough exactly as you are. Treat yourself with care, love, and compassion because you matter too. Until next time. Mwah.